process for Kilmaro Abrego Garcia. Oh, and we're getting a new game show.
Nah, Trump's just mean. Just mean. Build a wall. So stupid. Or build a wall. Mean. Build a maze. That's fun. Yeah. I want him in here. Let's make him work for it a little bit, you know? A couple of turnarounds and go backs. He said that end. He said that end. You know? You know what I want at the border? I want the American Ninja Warrior course at the border so bad. Yeah, man. You want citizenship? You got to conquer Mama Doriyama live on Fox. I would love to do the post-game interviews. That's what I want to do, the post-game interviews. The wrap-ups when they fail. Just to be like, Alejandro, what happened? What happened out there? Well, Andrew, the first time I was here, I couldn't do the warp wall. I fuck about the warp wall. This time it was a salmon ladder. I can't do the salmon ladder. Well, you know you get 3 tries. I know. I'm gonna be back in October to fuck shit up in the fall, baby! Yes!
How seriously do you think the Department of Homeland Security is taking your pitch?
I think they're taking it seriously. I feel good about it. You know, I'm not the Department of Homeland Security, so I can't tell you the whirlwind of the last 24 to 48 hours since my pitch document was leaked to somebody in the press. I don't know where they stand exactly now, but I feel like we're trending in a good way, and I have interest from networks, I have interest from production companies to pair with, and I feel good about it.
I know you said this isn't Hunger Games, but if someone is watching and thinks making this a game show is trivializing this, what would you say to them?
I'm really happy you're asking me that question. I was on the first iteration of The Biggest Loser. I was not a senior member, I was just a story producer on it, but I was there, and when The Biggest Loser was announced, there was vitriol coming from the press.
Will this reality show path to citizenship ever make air? Let's ask the producer himself, Rob Warsoff, who joins me now. Okay, I got to ask, how did you get this idea?
I'm an immigrant. I'm from Canada, and I got this idea 20 years ago when I was going through the immigration process myself. I learned about premium processing at the time. For an extra fee, you could get them to look at your file quicker. And I thought, why isn't that a show? I mean, you know, and I actually pitched this show under President Obama to a woman by the name of Bobby Faye Ferguson, who was the Hollywood liaison to the Department of Homeland Security. She was very receptive to it, and actually said, look, Obama's second election is coming up in a few months. Give me a few months on this to see if he gets reelected. And then after he got reelected, it was, you know, it's the new administration. Give me a few months to settle in. And then I sort of moved on with my life. Unfortunately, she passed away. I actually took it back under President Biden. I spoke with another person at DHS. They were very receptive. They said they're taking it to Alejandro Mayorkas. And about a week later, he became the first non-president in American history to be impeached. And I said, well, there goes that pitch. And then I was able to bring it back again. Both of those administrations, by the way, both Democrats were receptive to this.
Wait, so you've already pitched it to the Trump administration?
I have, yeah.
Okay, I thought you said Obama. Obama and Biden?
I did. Yes, both Obama and Biden.
And Trump. You pitched it 3 times to 3 different presidents, and so far...
Yes, and all of them were receptive, everyone.
Oh, and if you see somebody not answering a yes or no question, or a simple question while they're being investigated or under oath, this is her being sworn in. I just like the picture. They're lying to you. They're lying to you.
What steps have you taken to return Mr. Abrego Garcia to allow him to get due process?
Abrego Garcia is in his home country.
What steps have you taken?
If your continued advocacy for him were to...
I'm not advocating for him. I'm advocating for a court order, Madam Secretary. The court order says that you must take steps to follow the court order. You are here under oath. What steps have you taken to return Mr. Abrego Garcia pursuant to this court order.
It's got to be extremely discouraging to be one of your constituents. To see you fight for a terrorist like this and not fight for them is extremely alarming to me.
I'm fighting for due process, and that's under the Constitution.
Gentlemen's
and you
time
should
has
fight too for due
expired.
process.
It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke. Andrew Santino joked about it. I swear this guy took his idea. I swear he took his idea. You saw it. You saw it. This guy saying all three presidents were receptive. I swear. Just so you guys know that I'm not going to be one-sided about politics here. If Obama and Biden really said they were cool with it, I don't like them either. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Could be fun and interesting ways to get people citizenship in this country. Work programs. Why don't you just increase the work programs we have, make them more robust? I won't act like I know anything about them, but I feel like we could solve our economy problem and our people not taking factory jobs problem and taking in more work in the states problem, being more domestically reliant problem, if we let more immigrants do those jobs and maybe work their way into being citizens. But instead they want to go the reality TV route, gaslighting us into thinking that these people deserve to be sent down into concentration camps against their will, away from their family. The president apparently believes those numbers and letters are real, or at least won't let go of the lie that they aren't.
And you'll pick out one man, but even the man that you picked out, he said he wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute
Well, wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed.
Oh, he had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshopped. So let me
That was Photoshopped. Terry, you can't do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. I picked you, Terry, but you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll
and you think it was Photoshopped? Well,
here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine, sir.
Terry,
I want to get to Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why people no longer believe the news, because
when
it's
he was
fake
photographed
news.
in El Salvador, they aren't there. But let's just go on. They aren't there when he's in El Salvador.
They weren't there, but they're there now, right?
No,
but
they're in
now.
your picture.
Terry.
Ukraine, sir.
He's got MS-13 on his knuckles.
All right.
Okay?
Well, we'll take a look at that.
You do such a disservice.
We'll take a look at
Why
that,
don't you just say, yes, he does, and, go on to something else?
It's contested. Ukraine.
These people are running from something. I'm not trying to say illegal immigration's a good thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, hey, maybe there's a reason why these people keep coming over into our country. Obviously, it's for safety. Obviously, it's for prosperity. They're not getting it back in their country. And instead, you deal with the president that's not making it any better down there for these people. Paying him money to make more concentration camps to eventually house the homegrowns. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. That president's country so bad, people like Kilmaro have to come up here. That's what you do. Well, hey, your people keep coming up here and they want to leave fast. So fast, they're willing to risk illegal immigration and us deporting them back down because they're running from BS in your country. Stop it. I know it's not that easy. I'm just trying to say, you go for the source of the problem. You don't just kick them back like a refuse and then make lies and excuses after the fact and send your crone out to lie even further. It's disgusting. Find creative ways to help these people out. They need our help. They need the United States help. Hey, we have a worker crisis going on. We want to bring more jobs back to the States. We want to be more autonomous. We have plenty of workers willing to help out. Let's bring them on in. Come on. This is a super awesome, easy plan. Win-win-win for everybody. You bring them in, you say, hey, you work this much, you do this project or that project or these projects or whatever. Sure, come on in, you're a citizen. That way they go through a legal process. That way you get a lot of stuff done that helps your infrastructure and your economy, and we're less dependent on other countries to help us build the things that we want or need. Meeting in the middle. We can do that. It's not that hard if you have people willing to do it. All right, I'm off my soapbox. Let me know what you think. And yeah, let's talk later.